Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the Duramax once again. Last time, you guys, we got this thing started and I'm super excited about it, but hopefully this time we called the dealer. The dealer says some parts came in that we can actually put some coolant in it. We can put some power steering fluid in it, transmission fluid, pretty much try to put all the fluids we can. Maybe go for a first test drive without the drive shaft, because the drive shaft's still on order. He said it takes maybe another week or so, but we can still probably drive in two-wheel drive, like put the front four-wheel drive on and then I don't know, I think it'll drive. But pretty much what I want to do is check out the parts that we got from the dealer, make sure they're the right parts, and then we're going to install them, bleed it, and hopefully go for a test drive. Alright, so here is the upper radiator hose. We were waiting for this part because our other part was damaged. It was we could have used it. I made it shorter, but then it pulled the radiator all the way back, and you know, it's a new truck. We might as well have new parts. And they actually had us in stock, so well, let's check it out and make sure it's the right one. Where's my razor blade?
Don't cut your hose at him.
Alright guys, there it goes. And it was made in Mexico, so hey, but it's gonna work. Also, we got some power steering fluid and we got the OEM stuff, because this is still a brand new truck, you know. And then we also got some transmission fluid from the dealer, so because we did replace the coolers, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be low a little bit, or who knows if there's any in there, because you know the coolers were damaged. And also here are the AC lines. Ours were kind of bent and everything like that, and where they go is kind of important for all these bends, so we just ordered new ones. So hopefully we can fill up the AC with it too.
Lots of boxes.
So there was a couple other, the fan shrouds, there were actually a couple of the ones that we didn't order last time. And after we got everything installed, we noticed them and got them on order. All right, so here is the other fan shroud. I think this is the bottom or the upper. We have one right here. And here's the other one. So this is definitely gonna be the upper one. We got the AC right here, so it says it still takes the old stuff AC, so we might be able to fill it up, but it goes like this.
So now we put the blade on and everything.
Well, we're still waiting for the fan clutch.
Man,
he told us there's still no estimated time, so it could take up to a year. Who knows? I hope not. But we could put that in afterwards. Maybe we'll just put the lower one in, and then we'll put the upper one in, and once we get the fan clutch in. But we'll probably hold off of these until we get all the parts. We can still get it running and dry, or hopefully start it and bleed all the cooling system. Also, I was looking at our other parts, and this is for the windshield wipers. Ours was broken, but the motor was good, so we're just gonna replace the motor and put this in there because we need wiper blades, right, Michael?
Mm-hmm. There's more.
And guess what's in this box, Michael?
Probably a windshield wiper.
No, wiper blades. Carbon fiber. No, I was surprised. He's like, this box is for you too. I'm like, what did I order that's that big? He's like, you'll see. So this is actually the window crawl, because ours was completely damaged.
And the burn was burnt.
Yeah, so this is gonna be nice and new. After we get the glass installed, we can put this in there, put our wiper motors on, or our wiper blades on it, and it's gonna look nice and good. And OEM. But let's go ahead and put some power steering fluid into it, put the upper radiator hose on, put some coolant in it, make sure we have no leaks, and go from there. All right, so we got the AC filled up. It's looking good. I don't hear no leaks, nothing like that. So that's a really good sign. And plus the vacuum, we did a vacuum on it. It was holding vacuum pressure. That's really good. So next thing I want to do is actually start putting water into the cooling system, because we might, it might be leaking. So let's put water in the cooling system and we'll put it in both systems. I guess there's a rear cooling system for maybe the transmission, and then the front one. So we'll top it off with water, make sure nothing's leaking, and we'll probably do the power steering. And then we'll try to start this thing again. All right, so we're filling it up. We found one leak, we got it fixed, and then we kept filling it up a little more, and now the radiator's leaking. So there's a little pinhole on the radiator itself, so this radiator is no good. But yeah, we can pretty much still try to start it and bleed the power steering on it still. I'm gonna look for another radiator, but let's get the power steering bled, maybe start it, check the transmission, and go from there. All right, so I ordered a new radiator. Should come in from the dealer in a couple days. He said they did not have it in stock, but the next thing I'm gonna do is actually I painted the rear calipers so we can go ahead and reinstall those all the way and probably bleed the brakes. So let's get that done. All right guys, so now we got the brake calipers installed on the rear. They're looking really good. It's time to start bleeding the brakes because the system's completely dry because we took off the front calipers, the rear calipers, we took off the cab. So everything was disassembled, so we got some brake fluid. Let's pour it in there, and we'll try to do a gravity bleed first, for which we loosen all the bleeder screws and let gravity flow. So it's gonna go down, and if that doesn't work or it's taking too long, we have a power bleeder. So let's try gravity bleed first, and then we'll go from there. All right, so gravity bleeding is taking a little bit longer than I thought. I tried, pumping the brakes a little bit. So we're gonna go and switch over to vacuum bleeding. So we just pump it up to the bleeder screw, hit that, and it's hopefully gonna suck the fluid all the way to the back caliper. It should speed up the process a lot quicker. So let's do that to all the 4 calipers. We'll start with the right rear, then we'll do the left rear, and then the right front, and then we'll go to the right, then the left front. Just in that order. So let's get straight to it. Let's knock out the brakes and get some brakes done. All right, so just like that, we got brakes. It's bled. It's feeling really good. We're actually gonna lift up the truck. We're gonna bleed the power steering, and then a dealer called. We're gonna go pick up the drive shaft and some more transmission fluid. So let's get straight to work. You turned it off?
I did.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's just check the oil.
Yeah, I didn't shut it off. You just shut off.
That's correct.
Oh no, there's oil in it.
We good?
Hold on a second. Let me open it again. Oh, nope. Let me have it. Alright guys, so I just came back from the dealer and the drive shaft came in and it's really long box. So looks like it's gonna be the right part. Also we got some more transmission fluid because when we got it started I checked the little fill plug because it doesn't have a dipstick on it and it looked like it was completely, nothing was coming out, so we need to add some. So I got 6 quarts of this new stuff. It's not the LV anymore because this is a 10-speed transmission, so he said it's the new ULV. So let's pump some in and then we'll start it and we'll make sure it's topped off and make sure we got enough. So I got 6 quarts right now. Let's try that and go from there. I can feel it going.
This bottle. That works fast.
All right, so we pretty much put about 5 and we still got a half of one left, but we still got to start it, let it bleed and keep adding it until it starts dripping out of here. But for now I think that's enough to at least see if it dries or make sure the system goes through. But let's go ahead and put the drive shaft in. Let's open the box, make sure it's the right one 100%, and then put it in and leave it on there. Let's check it out. Ooh. Sweet, that looks brand new right there.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's actually pretty heavy.
Wow, I think it's massive.
We should paint it though. Paint it red, let it match.
Dang. Get in there too. Nice, so it's lining up, Ivan.
Yeah, looking good. I think we're getting ready for maybe our first test drive.
Oh yeah.
Or at least drive it out of the shop, without pushing it.
Yeah. Tired of pushing this thing, it's heavy.
Alright guys, so we got a lot of the fluids are in there. The only other fluid we kind of haven't put in there is actually the DEF fluid because we have a light on in the dash. So let's top that off because we still got to check that system too. So I got some really quick. Let's fill it up and then we're just going to try to start this thing and hopefully drive it out of the shop. It looks like water. But who knows? Maybe it does good stuff.
See if it's not leaking anything. Looking good for the first time, maybe a hose clamp not too tight or something. Forward. Okay. It's gonna ride right over those, no problem. 1 second. Okay. I'm good. Huh? Yeah. Watch out for this side. Good. Straight. Go straight. Slowly. Let's go. There you go. Keep driving. Okay. You testing?
All right, guys, so just like that, we did our first drive finally after almost 2 months of messing with this thing. We still got, a lot of things to keep working on it, keep, fixing on it, and there's a lot of things we got to double check on it too. Like the suspension, we still got to put everything together, make sure it's all tight, level it out. There's stuff in the rear we still got to mess with, and the front, but it drives, that's great. It actually drove by itself. We didn't have to push it this time, which is really exciting. So now we just gotta be waiting for some more parts coming from the dealer. Hopefully that radiator is gonna come in tomorrow. We can put that in, let it, flush the whole system, make sure everything's good. If everything's good, then we could start putting the fenders on, the headlights, and start putting this together all the way and try and figure out all the lights, because there's a lot of lights on the dash right now. The DPF system, the ABS, the brake lights. There's a lot of unaccessory, a lot of lights that we need to definitely get turned off. But leave us a comment down below on the progress we're leaving on this truck, and unfortunately we're going to catch you guys tomorrow in the next video.